Hey everyone, we're looking at Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord's Captain Mode. As we go through it, I'll talk a little bit about what we're looking at. So Captain Mode is a 5v5 mode where each player gets to control their own unit, whether it's cav, archers, or infantry, and you're able to customize your characters or your units however that you want. So let's go ahead and just watch that happen right now. You can choose what they use: brawny, extra troop, hardened, so you've got different features for each one. I'm not really too bothered about the wait for Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord because I know that when it is out, it's going to be a good game, and it will last me for probably 10 years again. Think about how long we've all been playing Mount & Blade, and here you have a game that's actually a huge step up. You went from Mount & Blade to Warband, it wasn't a huge change, but here you have a huge and beautiful change. The graphics are beautiful, the gameplay looks amazing, the animations are great. I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff here. But yeah. So you get your own unit of infantry, cav, or archers, and their video wasn't narrated as all. They just wanted you to watch the gameplay, but I figured I could go in and kind of look at what we have here and give my own perspective of it. But that was pretty cool. What we just saw, we saw a unit of infantry holding a little pass, so you'll be able to tactically play. Here's a type of gameplay that became quite popular in games like Napoleonic Warfare and other things like that, or Mount & Blade Warband, and then you have that other game that is very much like Mount & Blade called Tiger Knight, where you can command your own unit. So here we have a game mode that I think a lot of people will like, and I will like it too. I'm going to enjoy leading my own soldiers into battle and having my allies help me out, and we can coordinate as a team. It should be very interesting, I think, for even competitive play, to watch people tactically work together, where you're not only fighting based on your own skill as a player, but as a commander as well. The archery looks very good. Again, the graphics look amazing, and that death animation, beautiful. I like watching them draw. But yeah, you can customize your units in a variety of ways too. You can get better armor, more speed, better weapons, and you can order them to move, attack, and do a bunch of different formations that will have their own, I guess, benefits for the battle itself. And that is what we're watching play out right now. Look at the speed of those two-handed weapons. It's going to be wild watching how players play this. I'm going to be playing it for years, I can tell you that right now. I played a lot of Mount & Blade, and here I'm going to be playing a lot more. And if it's moddable, and it will be moddable, it's going to be insane too. It isn't like a large-scale battle. It's a larger-scale battle, I think, especially for multiplayer Mount & Blade. I don't know if we'll be seeing this 100 battles run very well. I have no idea. Don't really have a lot of information about that, but I'm not really too worried about mods or anything. I'll be playing the base game a lot, so it doesn't really matter. And to answer your question, Bannerlord does not have a release date yet. Again, I'm not worried about that. And to answer another question for fans of mine, or viewers of mine, I will be playing it, don't worry. I have a lot of Mount & Blade on my channel. Look at that animation. So now when you give an order, they actually animate. Looks like he's going back into combat. That was a great swing. He did a lot of damage to not only the mount, but the rider as well. Looks like right now he's just winning the fight, destroying them all easily and quickly. Look over here. That's another one down. Switching to another player. He's mounted, and look at that overhanded animation with the sphere. It looks like using a spear on horseback is a lot easier without having to count your lance and charging in. Is he getting hits in? I suppose he is. He's trying to take a point right now, it looks like. Yeah. The colors are pretty cool. I'm a fan of that type of color palette. Unfortunately, he was knocked out. Now he's back up. The other player is just getting in there. The guy with the two-handed axe is unbelievably violent. Here comes another one. He's back on horseback again. Maybe there's like an allotment of points that you get for when you can spawn back in, or how many times you can come back in. I'm not really too sure how that'll work just yet. We've got a little bit over 5 minutes left in the... Oh, look at that. Britannia has won the round. It's interesting how they chose to go back in time. At least in the setting of Calradia. So now we're back over here again, and we're looking at those types of abilities that you can apply to your force. We're looking on the right-hand side: swing, speed, swing, damage, thrust, speed, thrust, damage, length, and handling. That armor is highly detailed. Here's the other team now. We got light infantry, legionnaires, velites, archers, palatine archers, equites, cataphracts. A type of like Roman theme mixed in with other factions too, like the auxiliaries of Rome. You can even see it in their style too. Clansmen, axemen, folksmen, Wolf Headnod, Hunters, and Fionn. Each faction having their own variety of units and types that can actually go into the fight, which is what they're doing now again. I don't think the premise of the 5v5 mode will change up too much outside of, you know, bouncing for things and potentially map design. But I think what we're seeing here will be it, because I mean, that's just usually how this type of mode works out. I wonder if it'll be moddable to be on a grander scale in the future where, you know, because you know people like to push the rank of whatever they can do when it comes to performance in multiplayer games. Here we have a cat fight. Ooh, already dropping. A few of them have dropped already. Where you got to carefully aim your lance, you got to carefully couch it and get into the fight immediately. One down already. Down the horse, but not the rider. The rider's going back into combat. Here's another player.
Form a shield wall.
Giving another ordered formation a shield wall. Now they're holding on top of the hill. 16 soldiers total. I wonder if that actually includes the player. One of you could probably like pause and count them if you wanted to, if you're really curious about the exact number. I'm sure the UI might change up a little bit too. That's usually a thing that's polished in later iterations of a game. I would very much love to cast the battles involving this. It's probably like a thing that I'm looking forward to the most, is actually checking that out, just kind of casting fights and watching them. Playing them myself, of course, but also casting them and really getting into the meta and the dynamics of the game. Only because I find these battles a lot of fun to watch, and it's interesting to watch other skilled players, and it'll be fun. There are like teams that form up, clans that form up, to knowing what players are good and what players tend to fight in a certain way, and just being able to cast over that. It's a huge interest that I have. A and B have been removed from the map, so I wonder what that means. I have no idea. Looking at the FPS on the top right for a brief moment for one player, it looks like it feels pretty stable. I wonder who are the fortunate guys who get to play this. I'm sure they've got to like sign like 20 NDAs going, "You will say nothing or die." I wonder if there's any ease of, I don't know, combat now in comparison to previous games. I mean, in later games you would have like fainting. I don't know if that was the best choice to actually move there. Ooh, never mind. Spears are very deadly, clearly. That's 2 riders down. Ooh! I wonder if horsemen have any chance at taking out spearmen. I have no idea if they actually have any shot. You think eventually the weight would get them, but I have no idea. Another shield walls are getting ready. From my experience of playing games like Tiger Knight, you could definitely do a lot to flank enemies together, especially if you're communicating. It looks like commanding is a lot more important than personally getting in there. I'm sure the personal player who's very good can make a huge change, but commanding is very important. One javelin right to the back. It looks like the damage is very high too. If you actually hit them, they're nearly done for. Now they're fighting on each side. We have archers helping out from behind that shield wall, which is how a lot of players will probably be playing. They'll probably have a few maps where people just bring in a lot of archers, and that can be deadly in its own way. Now they're charging in. I don't know if that's like a coordinated event that they're doing, or just one just kind of happened to work out like that. It looks like they do have more weight. It has evolved into a little bit of that mosh pit that we're used to in Mount & Blade. But there is a lot more weight behind the characters for sure. Oh no, his men has fallen. He was easily taken down. And there he goes. We're going to watch him go down right before the flag. And the Empire has won the round. They've done it. So we're coming to the very end of our video right now. But that was a lot of fun. That was for Mount & Blade Bannerlord 2. Again, we're seeing a lot of really cool stuff here. A brand new game mode. And if you're interested in me covering even more game modes and going through the game and trying to give commentary and trying to understand each and everything about it, I know that it can be a pain to keep up with game news. And so if you want me to do that, fans or just new people who have popped up, viewers who have popped up, then let me know down below. If you have enjoyed this video and my commentary throughout the video explaining the dynamics and mechanics of the game mode and my own personal thoughts on it, again, leave a like down below. If you would like to discuss the game even further, come join my Discord community, link down below, where you can learn more about the game and chat with other people and play Mount & Blade with them. And as always, until then.